Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to the Geekend Live, where we discuss together live in the chat and also in the future. If you're watching on the replay, aka the future, leave me a comment, get involved with the discussion. We talk Star Wars news basically, and there is a little bit of news this week. But first of all, an apology. I had a spot of food poisoning this week. I'm still not fully over it, but what I'm getting at is my plans for the channel this week didn't quite come to fruition. My allegiance this week was to the toilet, not to this YouTube channel. So apologies for slightly less content than usual. And also, I am a bit behind on replying to comments and messages, but I will get back to you. So I'll spare you the rest of the gory details. But hey, the trials and tribulations of being having a British belly, I guess, in Mexico. So anyway, let's do a few hellos before we get into our stories this week. Chad, the stopwatch Campbell, may or may not be here, but he is doing his duty of trying to keep us to time. So let's see if we can do a 30-minute stream. David is here as well. Good to see you, David. May the force be with you, aka Jones Capone there on Twitch. Glenn the Geeky Hippie as well, saying some good stuff here, people. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Hello to you as well, Glenn the Geeky Hippie. Peter over in the Netherlands is here, and Abnunga over in New Zealand. Also, always good to see you. And over in Deutschland is Frogger, and Anders is here as well. Always good to see so many familiar faces. If you're new, don't be shy. Say hello in the chat and in the comments as well. Hello to Jane Flakes. Hope you're doing good. And Simon D is here as well. Right, everyone, let me tell you a little bit about the stories. Not anymore. No more, Frogger, about my my interesting week, put it that way. But, right, we've got a few stories. We're going to talk a little bit about the Book of Boba Fett. In my opinion, they've released the best trailer yet. I'm still only like semi-pumped for this series, but this has moved me up a notch, this trailer. So there's a little Easter egg that harks back to the original Star Wars, a reference Luke Skywalker made, and also links to a fairly famous deleted scene as well from A New Hope. It's just speculation about this Easter egg. You know, it's fairly tenuous, but let's see if we think there's any potential in it. Also, there's some potential good news if you're hoping that Rogue Squadron, the movie, does see the light of day. We'll get onto that. Also, The Acolyte has cast its first star, its lead, apparently. So we'll take a look into who that is. But first of all, I want to show you this really cool thing. And just a quick hello there to Mars1566 as well. So this is really cool. It was brought to my attention by Liam Robertson on Twitter. And I'm going to bring it up on screen now. So it's on YouTube. I've linked to it in the video description. Go and support this channel. It's the Mighty Jabbers Collection channel. Now, I'm not that familiar with the channel, but I'm pretty sure they've supported this channel in the past when I've done Jabba the Hutt related interviews. And this is really cool. They have made the action figures for the Jabba puppeteers. Now, if you're new to this channel, if you're new to kind of behind the scenes Star Wars stuff, you may not realize how many people were actually in Jabba, the original Jabba, not the CGI ones. And if you're familiar with this channel, you'll probably know that I've interviewed a couple of them, Toby Philpott and also Mike Edmonds, who was the tail of Jabba the Hutt, as well as Low Grady Ewok and more. Take a look at this. So I'm just going to skip through it a little bit. I really want you to go and watch the video in your own time. It is kind of long, just under 20 minutes, but it's super cool, super cool. So let me just fast forward a bit to where we can actually see the action figures going in. A little bit there. Wait for it. Here we go. There's the money shot. Look at that. So actually, like I said, Liam Robertson brought this to my attention on Twitter, but I'm friends with Toby Philpott, who I think is on the right there, if you're looking straight at the screen. And he shared it on Facebook. So it's reached the actual Jabba puppeteers, and I can tell you that they are very happy that they finally have their own action figure. So kudos to Mighty Jabba's Collection. That is super cool. So if you want to go and see the full process of how they made this action figure, go and check out the video. I have put the link in the video description. Right. on to something else now. Let me just go over. Also, hello to Androl, Bard of Time as well. I can see he's popped into the chat. Anders enjoying the Jabba puppeteer action figures there, with Jabba included, of course. Simon D seen Dune a second time, IMAX this time, and I got more out of it second viewing on a giant screen, plus was so empty, no distractions. Maybe I need to see it again, but it's left most of the cinemas here in Mexico, so I don't think seeing it on a small screen, i.e. my laptop screen, is going to necessarily be the viewing that changes my opinion on that. But anyway, I'm moving on because I keep getting attacked for being slightly negative about, only slightly negative about Dune. Right, let's get into some Star Wars news. This is genuine news, though. It appears to be anyway. It's from a reliable source, mostly Deadline. The Acolyte, which is a Disney Plus series, headed by Leslie Headland, no less, Amanda Stenberg to lead the Disney Plus Star Wars series. Now, I've done some very, very heavy journalistic research on Amanda Stenberg, i.e. I've read her Wikipedia, so I'll give you some more information on her in a moment. But in terms of the Star Wars story, she will join the Star Wars universe. The Hate You Give actor takes on the lead role of Disney Plus's upcoming series, The Acolyte. Deadline has confirmed. The project hails from Leslie Headland. The Acolyte is a mystery thriller that will take viewers into a galaxy of shadowy secrets and emerging dark side powers in the final days of the High Republic era. Disney Plus described the series upon its announcement in December 2020. In the real universe of Star Wars, an acolyte can refer to individuals with Force abilities who learn from a more experienced Sith Lord. So presumably she is not going to be the experienced Sith Lord. She's very young in reality. I think she's like 23. So does this still pave the way for Darth P. Plagueis? It's quite possible that the tragedy will unfold in live action. Who knows? But anyway, that is pretty much, when it comes from Deadline or Hollywood Reporter, it's more or less true. I don't know if Lucasfilm have confirmed this yet. I've not been on my A game this week. What I'm saying is I have prepared even less than normal for this stream, and you can blame it on my allegiance to the toilet. So a little bit about Amanda Stenberg. She was born in 1998, just to make me and maybe some more of you feel pretty old. She's 23. She's from Los Angeles, USA. And apparently she was included in Time's list of most influential teens in both 2015 and 2016. And she's won a few awards, including a Teen Choice Award. There you go. Now, you might know her from The Hunger Games. That apparently was her breakthrough role, playing Rue in the film. And some other credits include Drunk History. She was in an episode of Drunk History in 2019. The episode Trailblazers. Rio 2 is another movie she provided a voice in. The Hunger Games, as I mentioned. The Hate You Give, which I said earlier in a kind of weird sort of way. So yeah, she's done a bit. There's a little bit of a body of work there, but this is, as a lead, certainly going to be her biggest role so far, I would say. Let me pop over to the chat to say hello to people and see what's being said. I can see David Milano's in the house, and he would buy the Jabba puppeteer action figures. Yeah, I don't know if they're actually going to mass produce them. Are they allowed to do that? Is that like a Lucasfilm, Disney kind of no? I don't know, but yeah, I'd buy it too, man. I hope at least they send them to the puppeteers so they get their own copy at least. Abnunga, in regards to The Acolyte, a Star Wars mystery thriller. Yeah, it does sound interesting. Sorry if I've missed anything out, by the way. Copy and paste it back in if I've missed it and it's really important. Simon D would be down with an Eric Bauersfeld or Ahmed action figure. Eric Bauersfeld, of course, the original voice of Admiral Akbar and Bib Fortuna. Ahmed does have an action figure, obviously as Jar Jar, but also as himself. Is it Ahmed Best, the cameo he had in Attack of the Clones in the bar scene with Anthony Daniels? I'm pretty sure he got an action figure. at the very least, someone made him an action figure, because I've said this before, Ahmed used to have an Instagram account for his Star Wars action figure and would take him around the world on his travels and take, pictures and put funny little captions on. And yes, we do need a Blue Jeans Guy action figure. There was some great memes, I guess, or pictures of that, wasn't there, around that kind of controversy when that was hot. They were fun times, weren't they? Powdroy Girl as well, always good to see you. I'd like a figure of Declan Mulholland's Jabba. Is that the original body of Jabba? Is that the original body? That would be fun as well. Right, everybody. We're going to go into the second story in a moment. Drunk Star Wars history on Disney Plus for those that need an update on canon. That's a good idea. Yeah, drunk on death sticks. No, I shouldn't promote the use of death sticks, should I? I should go home and rethink my stream. Possibly, but I am home. Well, I'm in a random Airbnb somewhere in Mexico City. Okay, anyway, let's go into the next story. And if I know some of you more than others are looking forward to Rogue Squadron, or at least just having Star Wars back on the big screen. And it's not fair to say it's been shelved, but there's been delays, haven't there? And it seems mostly due to creative differences and diary schedule conflicts, if you like, with director Patty Jenkins. However, this week it was reported, this is on IGN.com, that Patty Jenkins has dropped out of one of her big projects. Now, anyone who was hoping she'd drop out of Wonder Woman 3 or Rogue Squadron, you're in for bad news. She still is attached, as things stand, to both of those projects, but she has dropped out of Cleopatra, which I believe is also being played by Gal Gadot. So her and Gal Gadot, thick as thieves, have a big history of working together. So they'll still be working together on Wonder Woman 3, but not on Cleopatra. So presumably that's good news for Rogue Squadron. That paves the way for a somewhat clearing of her diaries. So maybe you can breathe a bit easier if you are or were holding your breath in anticipation for whether Rogue Squadron would see the light of day after the slightly negative news of late. Gaz Nottingham, you can sleep easy tonight, my friend. I think this is probably good news for Rogue Squadron. Power Droid Girls come back and confirm that Declan was the guy who acted against Harrison Ford, so the original human body of Jabba the Hutt, and he can be seen in the making of special editions. Yeah, I've definitely seen that. I didn't know his name, but yeah, that'd be cool. The more random action figures, the better. They're the kind of action figures I am into. Simon D, what's that annoying singing cockroach called from Jabba's palace? Yeah, that's the Jedi Rock song, isn't it? I don't know if it's Yazum. Did he not get an action figure? Not sacrilege. That's okay. I don't know the name, but it was Jedi Rocks, wasn't it? That was cool. That is very funny. Mark Hamill shared that, hasn't he, before? The action figure of the burnt skeletons of Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru. Right, everybody. Let's bring up another. I think there's another story. Oh, yeah, it's not really a story. So this is an observation that's been made. I never do Easter egg videos because I am terrible at spotting things in the background, Easter eggs, connecting things with whatever in Star Wars canon or non-canon. But other people are good at it. However, I'm not completely sold on this, but it's interesting. So the Book of Boba Fett, I'm not going to play the trailer because every time I do that, I get slapped on the wrist by YouTube and I don't earn my $1 from these streams that I usually get. So I'm not going to play it. But if you've seen the most recent, and actually here's a spoiler warning as well, because some people might be avoiding everything to do with the Book of Boba Fett. So I'm going to talk about the most recent trailer and a little bit of speculation about a really kind of, irrelevant Easter egg, to be honest, but quite fun, especially if you're an OG Star Wars fan, trilogy fan. But a warning that I am going to talk about that now. So if you are avoiding anything to do with the Book of Boba Fett, this is your warning to do one, but come back next week. Yeah, this is the final story, but come back next week. Yeah, please, thanks. Okay, so the Book of Boba Fett, this is Gizmodo. Rob Bricken. The Book of Boba Fett's new trailer might have a hell of an Easter egg. The bounty hunter could be visiting a famous location from the movies we've never seen on screen. Well, technically we have. We'll come on to that. So the trailer's 60 seconds long. And like I said before, it's the one that's got me most excited so far for this series. I think it's a really good one. And if you go and look it up, I think it dropped yesterday. And if you head to the 45-second mark, and it really is blinking, you'll miss it. And I did miss it. This article's brought it to my attention. And like I said, I'm still not sold on it. But some believe that the Toshi station might be visited in this series. Now, of course, we verbally hear Luke mention it. But as you can see here on the screen, there is a deleted scene where Luke visits Toshi Station. And the article goes on, he meets Biggs, doesn't he, there? The article shows some screen grabs here. So this is the screen grab from the deleted scene of the original Toshi Station. If you're watching on a phone, this is probably not going to work for you, but I've zoomed in a little bit there. So that's the original deleted scene Toshi Station. So look at the little light thing on the right, the shelves here on the right as well. If you're looking at the screen, the shape of the door. And now we'll go up to the screen grab from the Book of Boba Fett trailer. Now, it's fairly tenuous, but then again, presumably the majority of this series is taking place on Tatooine. And we do know that Filoni and Favreau, they like their Easter eggs. They like their fan service, and this would be a pretty cool thing to introduce if we discount the deleted scene into live action. And there are similarities. So the light thing on the right, the shelves on the right as well. I'm no expert on doors, but Rob Bricken has studied the door and says, note the round indentation to the right of the door. Oh no, that's the circle thing I was talking about. With the vertical line of lights inside. Okay, actually, he hasn't studied the door at all. I'm sorry, he's not a door expert either. The two insert shelves further right and the pattern of the door frame. Oh, he has studied the door. So let's look at that pattern on the original door frame. Yeah, it's kind of similar to this Book of Boba Fett door pattern as well. Never thought I'd be talking about doors so much. The last time I talked about doors this much was when I was making the Empire Strikes door. I love doors. But anyway, it would be a cool Easter egg. It's no big deal, is it? But it would be a cool Easter egg. So get your final thoughts in the chat if there's anything to say about that. I'm going to pop over. No, it wasn't Cy Snootles. Cy Snootles. Oh, no. I think. Wait, there's Cy Snootles is the kind of like really sort of really long snouty nose with the lips, with the lipstick on. But I think Simon was thinking of that little kind of like, as he called, cockroach thing that comes running up to the camera and go rah, and goes zooms right into his mouth. Yeah. Anyway, good to see you, though, Monkeys Band. Go! Right, let me go back to the chat. Where was I before? Oh, unpopular opinion from Mars1566. I like Jedi Rocks better than Lapty Neck. I don't, but that's cool, man. That's cool. I have no problem with you liking that more. I don't hate Jedi Rocks, by the way. I was kind of young when the special edition came out, so it didn't annoy me or anger me or anything. But looking back on it, bits of it make me cringe now. But I can see what Lucas was trying to do. Show off the tech, really. Froggo, when I hear Rogue Squadron, I get flashbacks to the N64 game. That's when I was a gamer, man. I'm with you. Raging while trying to take down all the AT-ATs or AT-ATs on Hoth with that A-Wing, baby. Were there power converters? That could be the question that finally could be answered. Previously, not even Professor Stephen Hawking can answer that question, but perhaps the Book of Boba Fett can. Yeah, and Abnunga says, looks legit. I'd never have picked it in 1,000 years. I assume that's to do with this. Yeah, I don't know. I never noticed these things. Never noticed. And this is pretty tenuous, isn't it? Simon D, Luke's nickname was Wormy in the Toshi deleted scenes. Thank the Sarlacc they deleted it. Yeah, I agree with that, man. Wormy. Yeah, the Doors, man. My favorite band. They're not my favorite band, but they're a good band. I just love Doors, as you know. Musical Doors. Musical Doors. That sounds like a potential party game. And actual Doors. Right, Jane Flakes. Robot Chicken is a lot to answer for. We know what Luke means when he wants to pick up some power converters. Yeah, I think I might have missed that. I've missed that episode of Robot Chicken then. Most of my Robot Chicken consumption has mostly come from clips on YouTube. I think we did get it. We definitely did get it in the UK, but I did not have access to it. Star Doors. Well, sounds more exciting than, hey, I don't like bad-mouthing things, especially when somebody's made something and put all they can into it. But I have to say, I have to jump on the bandwagon. That Disney Star Wars hotel man, from the trailer at least, or the weird video they released, does not look good. I would much prefer to pay 5,000, I think, US dollars to go to Star Doors than the Galactic Cruiser or whatever it's called. Man, that honestly, that video, again, somebody's worked really hard on that. But at the end of the day, maybe they were working hard on it through gritted teeth. You know, it was perhaps something that somebody upstairs wanted, and perhaps the people in the creative process were dying inside during the process. So they might be on board with pretty much everybody who's responded, you know, negatively towards it. But it made the holiday special look like Citizen Kane, man. Oh, it got taken offline, right? And the only way I saw it, because I was quite late to it. In fact, Mark O mentioned it on the stream last week, and by the time I went to look it up, it had been taken offline. So I had to watch it via somebody else's, like, you know, reaction video. But it just doesn't feel like Star Wars. That's apart from the fact that it's a really terrible, cheesy kind of commercial, it just doesn't feel like Star Wars. It doesn't look like Star Wars. The ship, the interior of the ship, exterior, it's even the cantina style thing. Anyway, Gaz Nottingham, the guy with beard in the next scene looks like Fixer. Biggs, Cammy, and Fixer were Luke's friends in the Toshi station scene. Yeah, how would that work time-wise? It would work time-wise, wouldn't it? Not with Biggs. Obviously, Biggs ain't getting a cameo. Biggs is dead, right? Side note, Wormy, the nickname Wormy, is still canon. Simon D's not going to be happy. He's logging off the stream. And that's according to the Marvel comics, which are canon, right? Thank you, Gaz Nottingham, for that detail. Oh, they made the Toshi station into a strip club on Robot Chicken. All right, sounds cool. I will look that up. All right, everybody. Time to get final comments in, but let me just check my lack of notes. Yeah, I've done all the stories that I planned on doing. But yeah, there was some genuine stuff this week in terms of news, not just pure speculation and nonsense. But Peter, the hotel must have been made by a committee. Yeah, man. I would want my money back if I'd reserved the spot. That would have put me off. You know, you've got to be pretty serious, and also a serious fan, and also seriously loaded, you know, to cough up for that. And honestly, if I had the money previously, I would have done it if I had the disposable income to do it. But man, not now. They need to rebrand. I'm sorry. David, sorry you're not feeling well, mate. Looking forward to some of the next releases on the channel. Yeah, hopefully we'll get back on track next week. Probably going to be these are the actors you're looking for first in terms of big releases, a few general videos as well. And then Lightspeed Tonight will follow. So that's probably going to just have to creep into January now. But hey, exciting times, right? You will get these are the actors you're looking for before the Book of Boba Fett starts, and Lightspeed Tonight during the Book of Boba Fett run. So what a time to be alive and to be a Star Wars fan. All right, everybody, thank you very much for joining me. I hope you have a great evening or day, wherever you are on this football we call planet Earth. And I will be back this time next week, bum willing. Hopefully. That was weird to say bum willing, especially if you've only just joined in the stream. You need to go back to the beginning to understand the reference. All right, so I'll see you all soon. From Frogger, recover from your hardcore dieting week. Catch you next week, Jamie. Thank you, Frogger. Monkey Spanko, get well. Best tip from me, stay in the tropics. Learn to eat chilies. I'm pretty good with spicy food, man, normally. I think, do you know what? My theory is it was a 7-Eleven ham and cheese croissant, and I should have known better, but it was like 2 a.m, and you know, it had maybe a couple of beers. I blame the croissant. Nothing spicy, because I'm good with spicy food. But anyway, thank you, everybody. Cheers, Peter, and to everybody. And I will see you all this time next week. Don't forget to smash that like button, as Gaz Nottingham says. And you take care, and may the force be with you. Okay, I'm going to click end broadcast now, and you know what that means. There's a bit of a lag, so you've got to keep waving. Keep waving, everybody. Wave keeping. Keep waving. Wave keep.